Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, part 2 of this. I really like this one. I did this one and I did this one. I really like this one better. And a viewer or a subscriber sent me some instructions and I got a few tips off of him, and I'm going to do a little bit differently. For one, to show you some tools. First of all, I'm going to take my yellow box. I'm going to go to Object and lock it so I can't grab it. Now I'm going to make a duplicate of that, and I don't want it in the way, so I'm going to put it down here. It is 4 inches, so I've set my nudge factor on 5. I'm going to trace the bitmap, outline trace clip art. Does it pretty fast, but it's got some problems. So I'm going to move it over, and you can see it's got like a white bounding box around it. So what we're going to do, and this is the one reason I decided to make the video, go to Object, Group, and ungroup it. Okay, we're not going to want that white. We don't want that white. All the rest, well, there's little bitty tips of the box. I want to keep all these white items. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to grab the black, and you see we have white. Well, this is a good video on the freehand pick tool. I very seldom ever use it, but what I'm going to use it on is I'm going to hold down the Alt key when I start moving it. I don't have to go all the way around this thing. I can just go through them. And if I happen to go around it, I've got those objects. So I'm going to turn them black for just a second to see if I got them all, and I do. And I'm going to turn them orange. Now I can move it over twice. And then I'm going to take the bottom ones, because I want these little white dots so I don't have to fill it in. So the freehand pick tool, holding down the Alt key. And what I mean by that, see how close they are to these other little white dots? I don't want to have to draw a line through there. But what I can do, since I'm holding down the Alt key, all I have to do is hold down the Alt key and start just encompass and just touch them. But the other two, so if you've encompassed them or touched them, you're ahead of the game. Now, I'm going to move that up, and I'm going to turn it orange, and I'm going to group it together. No, I'm not. I'm going to weld it. Okay? I didn't group. And I love the pick tool, the freehand, but I don't like it when I'm doing this. Control G. Well, you know what? I don't want to group them. I want to weld them. And what's cool about this, so now we can take our white dots and Control G to group and move them over. And look at that. We have all the white dots filled in. Now, he did a little bit different, or I think I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding what he did. Since this is welded together, we could get the interactive fill tool and just swipe downwardly, and we're going to put it in the middle so it's kind of even. And you could do anything. You could put red here, but see, that's too red, too much red, but I zoomed in. I was just going to show you what we can do now with the interactive fill tool. Let's get this more in the middle. We can grab that color right there and go and hold down your control button and click some yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, you know what it's not doing? It's doing the top, and I don't want the top done. Maybe I have to put this back to red. And then let's move. You know, I think if we just select that, and then let's hit a blue with the control button down. And see how it's making it darker? Well, we don't really want it. I was hitting white too. We don't really want it darker. We want it lighter. So you can hold down the control button and make it a little shade of yellow. But I'm going to put a little shade of gold back on it. I'm not liking this one at all, but I hope you kind of see what I'm doing. And then you can change this and see how that looks pretty good. It's not perfect yet, But what's neat about it, now I can nudge it down and look what it looks like on the black. It looks pretty good. You can do the same thing because we welded. Let me zoom in. Because we welded, it's all one unit, and we can use, not the smart fill, the interactive fill tool. You've got to click on it, but you could go right through the middle. Now this, I'm going to add a little, I'm going to click on that box and add some red, holding down the control button. See how it's making it like a pale? And you can see it up here and up here. And probably would have been easier just to turn it red all the way and then go backwards. But see how it's making the top part red, and then you can move your handle up or down. Doesn't look half bad. You could play with that a lot. I'm not doing a great job, but then nudge it down and over. That looks pretty real now that you got the backdrop on it of the black, but the white's there. Now, the other way that he kind of suggested doing it, and I'm going to do it just a little bit different, I'm thinking, is I'm going to trace this bitmap, outline, trace, clip art. And I'm going to nudge it over and got the same problem. Object, order, backup, no, group, ungroup, and get rid of this excess white. But I'm going to do a little bit different on the other part. I actually want those white dots to stay there, and I'm not going to do anything to it. So what we could do, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. I really need to get rid of those white. Tell you what, let's just do it. Let's just get rid of the white inner parts, because I'm going to leave the white outer parts. I did not think this too much through, so I'm hoping this is going to work. I think it's somewhat what he did, with the exception, I think he used the intersect tool, and I'm not. I'm just going to put layers. So we got rid of all that. Let's take a rectangle and do this. Take our smart fill tool and fill that in. And what that's going to do is going to give me the shape of the butterfly. Then I could actually fill that shape in and move it down. Now, well, we don't want the whole butterfly orange. Well, we're not. Now you could take this and you could actually split it in half. But what you could do, because this is all one unit, and this is kind of what I think he was trying to get at, intersect, and let's take like this and put, let's put the red in the middle and the burnt orange on the outside, and then bring that in. See how it's kind of got like a pretty cool look to it, I hope. Now what we can do is move it over, but it's on top, object, order, back a page. When I do that, it's going to go below the yellow. So I need to take my yellow that I can't touch, but I'm going to go to object, lock and unlock it, then grab my yellow, object, order, back a page. That looks pretty good. I actually like that a lot. I like the brighter color in the middle. So for the one that sent me this file, I apologize if I butchered your idea. I still like this one the best, but it's just, I did it just like this one. But those are pretty good colorations of butterflies and how to do it maybe a little bit easier. Anyway, hope that gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.